This is the HOVERAir X1. It is a tiny 125-gram drone, and just in case you're trying to decide between this and its nearest competitor, the DJI Neo, there is one reason I would never buy the Neo, and it is for this class of drone. The one feature I want the most is this: the ability to fold it up small enough that I can literally just slip it into my pocket. You can do that with the Hover. You can't do that with the Neo. The Neo is very small, but its shape and the fact it doesn't fold down means you just can't stick it in your pocket the same way you can with the Hover. This is what I would call an EDC drone. This is my everyday carry drone. It is tiny. You can bring it with you. You can forget you have it. You can leave it in a pack. It's lightweight. You don't need to worry about it. And when you want to get some quick shots, you just bring it out, open it up, switch it on, select from one of the 5 presets on the top.
Current mode, zoom out.
Push a button and it automatically flies. It tracks your position using image processing and AI, and when it's done with the flight, it will come right back and land in your hand. What do you see this? That's quite impressive. So this drone has 5 preset intelligent modes. One, it's got hover, and that is where the drone will just hover in place and track you as you move around. Two, the zoom out, which is basically the drone. It flies out, shows where you are, and comes back in again.
Zoom out.
3, follow mode, where it follows you around, and this is probably actually the most useful intelligent mode of this drone, because that's really what most people are going to use if they want to show shots, showing them walking through an environment or have it following them through a building. And the intelligent tracking on this and obstacle avoidance is very, very impressive, considering that it does it all just through image processing. I've walked between trees and under branches. I've even walked into buildings with this, and it has tracked me very, very accurately. It's quite hard to hide from. Let's go in here. Hello. And it picks me back up again. And from other videos that I've seen comparing the tracking on this to the DJI Neo, HOVERAir seems to actually do a better job than DJI, so I'm very, very impressed with this thing's ability to track you. 4 then is orbit. This is where the drone will fly around you. It's orbit around you. That's kind of self-explanatory. 5, you've got bird's eye, which is the rocket shot. So the drone will start down low and it'll zoom straight up in the air while looking down at you. And then you can actually unlock some additional modes using an app on your phone. This gives you things like dolly track, where you walk towards the drone and it'll reverse away. And it also has side track, where the drone will fly along beside you sideways. And then to give you more flexibility, you can connect the drone to the app. The app lets you tweak parameters. You can change the distance it's going to fly, you can change where it's going to go high or low, gives you a lot more control. And if that's still not enough, there is a manual mode in the app that allows you to connect to the drone, get a live feed, and manually fly the drone using a controller on screen. It's obviously not as good as using a real controller with a drone that's designed for that, but it's a nice little feature. Oh, and I dropped it there. But it's a handy little feature to have. One other feature that this has, which is brilliant, is the ability, while you're recording yourself, you can use your phone to record audio, and then it uses AI to remove the sound of the drone. So you can walk along and you can hear your voice totally clear without the buzzing noise of the drone. I am using my phone as a micro. Did you see that? It just avoided that branch. I'm using my phone as a microphone to give me audio from the hover. And normally you'd be able to hear, well, you'd be able to hear the noise of the propellers, and that would be really, really distracting. But the Hover app uses some kind of really clever noise reduction algorithm to remove the sound of the propellers. So I can do a walk and talk like this, and it's just as if I'm being followed by my own cameraman, because that noise is removed. How cool is that? Let's go and take a look around. Something that's important to remember about this kind of drone is this is not a cinematic drone or photography machine that's designed for taking landscape imagery, really majestic stuff, flying in sort of windy conditions. That's really not what it's for. It's really designed for close flights for social media. It's got a maximum flight distance of 30 meters. It doesn't handle windy conditions really well. So if you need something a bit more robust, this might not be the drone for you. But if you want something that's really, really easy to use, you just open it up, get it in the air, and you don't need any skills whatsoever. And it's really quick to transfer the files from the drone to your phone and just share them on social media. This is probably the drone for you. And in my opinion, as someone who uses drones a lot, this kind of thing is what most people should be buying. What I see happening a lot is people buy drones, they use them a handful of times and they never use them again, because the weight of the controller plus the drone and the inconvenience of having to set up and use it means it just doesn't get used. And if you're not someone who's really into filmmaking and you're not going to edit your footage and that kind of stuff, well, you're not really getting the benefit from a bigger drone, and something like this might be all you need. It's got a flight time of 10 minutes per battery. If you buy the combo pack, you can get it with 2 batteries, so that gives you a total of 20 minutes of flight time. Might not sound like a lot, but again, this is not a drone that you stick in the air and fly loads. I would put this up and maybe fly it for 30 to 60 seconds, maybe 3 minutes at a go at the most. So for 20 minutes of flight time, that lets me get about 10 different shots or even more. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a quick overview of the HOVERAir X1, and then again, that key reason why I would buy this every time over the Neo, simply because it folds up. The DJI Neo in some ways has got more features than this drone, but the fact that you cannot fold it up, for me, is just a complete deal breaker when it comes to a compact drone like this. It totally defeats the purpose. If I'm going to buy a smaller drone like this, and you know, put up with the compromises that come with a drone like this, because, you know, let's be honest, the video quality of a drone this size is not as good as from a bigger drone. So there has to be a benefit to that, an extra benefit. And for me, with the Hover, that is the portability as well as the ease of use. And so that's why this would be my go-to choice at the minute if I was wanting to pick one of those everyday carry drones to bring with me everywhere. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video and maybe it's helped you decide about a purchasing decision about this drone, or even the Neo. I'd love to know what you think about this drone. Is this something you'd use? Is it good enough for you? Does it suit your needs? Is it missing something? You can let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.